everybody for being on tonight, and we're happy you're here, as we are happy we're here. And what I'm going to show you tonight is a new technology. It's a new technology that's just been developed of the better road to healthy living. Some people say you want to live as if 20. Listen up tonight, because this will do it. And I'll reiterate what David just said. This doesn't treat, mitigate, diagnose, or substitute for your physician. This is a supplement the likes of which has never ever been presented. And I can prove that in many different ways. So let's get started. And you can see the road to healthy living is on my screen. And let's see, we have to find a way to get the screen moved. There we go. That's my CV. I taught in 2 medical schools, graduated from pharmacy school at the University of Kansas, and directly 1 week later started the medical school. I've been a family physician for 55 years now. It says 50 on the slide. And I taught in 2 medical schools, University of Kansas School of Medicine and Oral Roberts University in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And the rest of those you can see. I'm a member of the Board of Regents at Oxford Graduate School and a member of the Academy of Family Physicians. People want to know, what kind of a doc are you? Well, I was host of a radio program here in Kansas City where I live called What's Up, Doc? And we had a great time, had a lot of people that we interacted with. And now here is my slide. You can see Protandim is not intended to treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Peter Drucker is a leading professor, or was a leading professor, of business management. He invented the whole field of business management. And there's an article before you in Business Week. And the reason I bring him into this is to tell you, when you select a supplement, you want to select a company at the same time. A company that has ethics, integrity, and has peer review, and has cost control. So this will last and you can depend on them. The first thing in any healthcare supplement that you need to assess is the company. Then the products. We have one product in 2 separate forms. One is a tablet and one is a cream, but it's the same product, just 2 forms of the same thing. That makes it easier to share with people. It makes it easier for people to understand what they do with it. One you swallow, the other you rub on. That's pretty simple. The trends today. Recently, Robert Kiyosaki stated that this direct selling is the ideal business program in the United States or world today. And they're teaching now at Harvard Business School multi-level marketing or direct selling. That's the trend. The timing is perfect because this company has been just a few years old. However, old enough to be solid financing, and solid organization and management. The compensation plan is the best in the United States. I can tell you that. If you want to contest that, call me. My phone number, if you want to call me, my cell phone number is 816-392-6498. And I'll explain those 5 elements that I just showed on your screen. And the system by which we use and how we share it with people to help people. The greatest feeling you can have today is helping people meet needs both physically, with their bodies, with their living, slowing their aging, and help them financially if that's what they need. Now, this was founded in 2003, the company. It's an 8-year-old publicly traded company. The public sign is LFVN. It has an experienced management team. Believe me, I just visited with all of them just about a week ago. It's transitioned from retail sales. When they first came out with this product, They sold it in CVS pharmacies, Whole Foods, and GNC. But because you have to know something about this product to successfully sell people on it to help them with their needs, you have to know something about the technology, because this is very advanced technology. This is, in this century, technology. There's 29 research studies underway by university, mostly medical schools, departments of pharmacology, and departments of biochemistry. And by the way, we have 4 patents on this product. This is a picture you see on the right side of your screen of corporate headquarters in South Jordan, Utah. Now, the founder of this product is Dr. Joseph McCord, a PhD, professor of medicine, University of Colorado School of Medicine. Now, he discovered the pathway called superoxide dismutase. You don't need to remember that, but it is inside the cell, so this doesn't work outside the cell. The good news is it works inside the cell. It converts each one of your 100 million cells into a manufacturing plant for antioxidant and inflammatory product. And it's all made in your cell by your body, so you absorb and benefit 100% of it. That's why it is so powerful. Dr. McCord co-discovered free radical biology many years ago in the 1960s. He got his PhD at Duke University, and his thesis was on the enzymatic pathways for the production of intercellular antioxidant and inflammatory. He's been nominated 4 times for the Nobel Prize in Medicine. He received the Elliott Cresson Medal in 1997 for discovering the biology of free radical reactions in living organisms. He's now in Denver, Colorado, at Denver General, in his own institute, professor of medicine at the University of Colorado. Here's his picture when he made this discovery. His mentor is on the left, he is on the right. And when you look up the superoxide dismutase, it's measured in McCord units, meaning he's the one that made the discovery of that in your cells. He didn't develop the superoxide dismutase, he found the pathway inside the cells. And that's the big difference that this has. Elliott Cresson Medal, as you see now on your screen, and that's Dr. McCord. Other winners are Marie and Pierre Curie for radium, just to show you this is a prestigious award. The Wright brothers won the Elliott Cresson Award for the discovery of flight, airplanes. Another winner of this award was Alexander Graham Bell for the telephone. Now, a lot of you think, well, I wish he hadn't discovered it, but we couldn't do business this day and age without the telephone. We couldn't keep in contact with each other, and etc. So Alexander Graham Bell won it. And then Henry Ford won it for the discovery of the line of manufacture, the assembly line to manufacture an automobile. He discovered that, and the automobile that was the result of that. And he, for those 2 discoveries, got the Elliott Cresson Award. So you can see the Elliott Cresson Award is a very prestigious award. Now, how do we fight aging? Let me tell you, this is the good news. I never had a person ever come into my office and say, Doc, have you got anything that I can take that will make me age quicker? No, and you never will. There's 2 types of antioxidants that we have that neutralize these destructive free radicals. One is a direct antioxidant, and 2 is an indirect antioxidant. The direct antioxidant are, as you see, fruits, juices, vitamins, vitamin C, vitamin E, alpha-lipoic acid, and different vitamins that work as antioxidants. And you can see the blueberries right there in the middle. On the right side is the SOD, and excuse me for the telephone, that rings quite often. The indirect antioxidants works inside the cell, totally inside the cell. And it works through the enzymatic pathway of the superoxide dismutase, now listed here as SOD, catalase, and the others, which is the glutathione peroxidase. Okay? Now, to give you an idea about them, let me go back here. When you take one pill of Protandim, you stimulate the SOD, the catalase, and the glutathione peroxidase. You elevate the SOD inside every cell in your body, 100 trillion of them. You elevate it 36%. The catalase, 54%. And the good news, folks, the glutathione peroxidase, 300%. Now, to get what you need in antioxidants today, you would have to consume the antioxidants found in 87 glasses of red wine, or 375 oranges, or 11 pounds of blueberries, or about 120 vitamin C tablets of 500 milligrams each and every day to neutralize the amount of free radicals your body produces every single day. Now, I don't know about you. I might be able to get away with 11 pounds of blueberries. I know I wouldn't want to take 120 vitamin C's. I'd have a kidney stone from ascorbic acid overload. And the oranges, I'd have a sore thumb for peeling them. Now, here's the big problem. If you drank 87 glasses of red wine today, you may think you're healthy. In fact, you wouldn't think about anything bad at all. But you'd have a bigger problem than free radicals with 87 glasses of red wine. You see, taking direct antioxidants is superfluous. Now, what really works? Okay, over here are juices, fruits, and vitamins. What this one-to-one means, one part of these or any other antioxidant pill neutralizes one part, the same part, by weight of free radicals, 1 for 1. Whereas with Protandim, an indirect antioxidant, and using our body's enzymes, 1 milligram will neutralize 1 million free radicals a second, every second for 13 days. Now you can see that this is a different ball game. This is a much superior ball game. It's a new technology that we've been needing. Now, how many free radicals does your body produce every day? You see, if you know how many free radicals you have, then you can tell how many oranges or how many glasses of red wine the direct antioxidant is going to be needed, 1 to 1, or how much Protandim. Okay? Now, let's look and see how many. There's the number. 300 sextillion is equivalent to 1% overall oxygen intake of 100 moles per day, or 3 times 10 to the 23rd. Okay, that's 300 with 21 zeros behind it. You can see on 1 to 1, you can't scoop in enough direct antioxidants in your body even catch up with that. But if you neutralize 1 million per second, every second, for 13 days, and take another pill the next day, you're going to be way along getting rid of all these. Figure out how many seconds. Well, you know, it's 1 million per second. There's 60 seconds in a minute. That's 60 million a minute. And that's, what is it, 360 million, you know, an hour? So you're well on your way if you use something of this magnitude. Otherwise, you can't drink enough, eat enough, or swallow enough to catch up with it. Direct antioxidants, remember, is a 1-on-1. Indirect is 1 to 1 million. Direct antioxidants do not effectively neutralize free radicals or lower oxidation in the body. Do not. It's just impossible. And that's why we age the way we do. You see, free radicals is why we age. It's called oxidative stress. And if you're taking some notes, write this down. If you go to PubMed.gov, a government site for medicine, PubMed, public med, PubMed.gov, and put in it oxidative stress in the search box, and you'll come up with 92,000 articles. This is what causes aging. When you put a piece of iron out in the weather and leave it for a while, it rusts. That's oxidative stress. Our aging is 100% oxidative stress. Now, that's the problem today, and the reason we have more illnesses. As we get older, we have more oxidative stress results on our bodies. Everybody gets older. From the moment they're born, they start aging. Okay, now, if you want to see this, here's what you want to write down. When you're through watching the webinar, you go to www.abchealthreport.com. abchealthreport.com. That's very, very important for you to look up. abchealthreport.com. Additionally, there's over 29 scientific studies of Protandim are underway at leading institutions now, including the U.S. military, involving the most serious health conditions. Well, what about the U.S. military? Well, the U.S. military studied this for 6 months and now are doing a study with Protandim on the Navy SEALs and the combat Marines. They purchased $6 million worth of Protandim to do that, to do the study. So you know, with 29 scientific studies done primarily by medical schools, departments of biochemistry and pharmacology, all on their own money, all on their own money. And look over here on the right side of the slide, Harvard University is one of the first ones. They studied Duchenne's muscular dystrophy. Ohio State University did research on blood vessels, particularly coronary arteries. And they demonstrate the only thing that we have available on the globe to keep the bypass grafts open after a coronary artery bypass is Protandim. It cuts down the proliferation in the lining of the vein that's grafted. And that's what causes your coronary artery bypass to start losing its effectiveness after about 10 years. This will maintain that. And you can see the rest of the schools. I don't have all 29 there, but I have a sampling. The slide wasn't big enough. And here's some of the topics. Skin cancer was researched by LSU, Louisiana State University. Heart disease, Ohio State University. Diabetes, by another one, osteoarthritis, metabolic syndrome, and Harvard is the one that did the study on muscular dystrophy, the Duchenne type. And you can read those, and let me have you write this down. Go to www.bigbluecalendar.com, and that will tell you, if you scroll down to about the middle or a little lower, in the middle of the screen, you'll see those 8 studies in the Duchenne muscular dystrophy. You click on that and you can read about it and find out about it. We have more medical validation for this supplement than any drug in your drugstores. More medical validation. There's no drug that's had 29 medical schools doing research on it. Okay? Now, is it patented? I had a lady ask me yesterday, is this patented? Yes. The first patent was issued in 07. The next one in 08. The next one in 09. And last July, well, I guess it's April here, but I knew about it the first part of July, it was issued the 4th patent. As you can see, the government was pretty quick to patent this. I know of a product. It took 9 years to get the patent. You see, it's pretty quick. These patents come pretty rapid. Why? Because it's just so simple. It uses the body's own cellular enzymatic pathways to produce what the body has to have. Okay, why is Protandim so effective? Well, here it is. This is what the bottle looks like. It's a yellow tablet in there. And it promotes a healthy immune system, supports healthy aging, protects your cellular health. Protandim signals the body's genes to upregulate its own antioxidant enzymes. When Dr. McCord first put this on the market, he made the claim it affected 2,000 genes. Shortly thereafter, with the medical schools doing research, they determined it affected 400 genes. Then the next step, as they did more research, they found out it affected 2,000 genes. When we heard him speak in person out at Anaheim in July, he reiterated it was now 4,000 genes that they proved it upregulates. And he said, these are his words, and I suspect before it ends up, it'll be between 6,000 and 8,000 genes. Now, if it's 8,000 genes, that's a significant number because that's 1/3 of your total genes in your body. I want as many of my genes upregulate for healthy living as I can possibly have. The natural process produces millions of times more enzymes than any conventional source of direct antioxidants from food or supplements are able to. Now, here I want to show you this. After only 30 days, it says, Protandim virtually eliminated age-related increase in oxidative stress among all test subjects, reducing the progressive trend of cell aging to the level of a 20-year-old or younger. This is your normal aging process from oxidative stress, and this is caused by T-bars that is identified. But when you take Protandim, after 30 days, they're flat, just like a 20-year-old, and stays there as long as you're on it. Now, this is a very significant slide. It has the same information as on that slide, but here is your progressive aging process that builds up oxidative stress in your body. Okay? And here, after Protandim for 30 days, it's reduced to the degree of a 20-year-old. And let me show you something here. This is very good. Protandim is the only supplement clinically proven to reduce oxidative stress by an average of 40%, slowing down the cell aging process to the level of a 20-year-old. Now you see that little star? Let's follow it down here. This, my friends, is FDA-approved statement. A FDA-approved statement. You can believe it or not. The FDA believes it. Why? Because they had 30 labs that proved this, all separate from the company, that proved that this happens. This is FDA-approved statement. I've said that statement to people, and they said, I don't want to hear any more. Give me a break. Do you think I'm a nut? No, you just got a closed mind. You know, human mind is just like a parachute. It only functions when it's open. So, now, the other product we have is a skin product. And LSU has done a recent study, and you can find that on the big blue calendar, that this will reduce skin cancers. Reduce skin cancers. That's published. No one can argue it, and I'm not in any danger of being accused of doing anything. I'm just repeating what LSU, Louisiana State University, proved. Utilizes proven benefits of Protandim. Fights free radical damage to the skin, noticeably diminishes fine lines and deep wrinkles. I never had anybody come in and ask me, is there any way I can get deeper wrinkles, Don? This diminishes. Proven. Stimulates skin renewal, collagen and elastin production, lightens age spots. You know, there's brown spots you have on your hand if you, well, I won't say how old I am, but if you sneak up with too many birthdays, you'll start getting brown spots. It balances the pigmentation of your face and skin, increases skin smoothness and moisturization. Dermatologic tested. And if you have any questions, Dr. Kimberly Stone, MD, dermatologist in Denver, Colorado, was partly one of the ones that helped develop this, and she uses it in her office. Now, I'll tell you a little personal note on this. My wife washes her face, and the only makeup she uses is True Science, plus lipstick. And her face looks better than it has in years. I have to look at her twice every morning to make sure that's her. So anyhow, she uses it instead of makeup. That's a pretty good idea. Now, I'll go back here. I got too eager. Okay, and next slide is this. This is a person that is using Protandim. You see the wrinkles disappeared here. The wrinkles are lessened here. This is 60 days after putting the cream on. Here's where she started. But here's a close-up. Now, I think you can notice a little difference here. Now, if you like your wrinkles, that's fine. That's fine, you can keep them. But if you don't like them, I'd advise you get some of this stuff and start using it. Now, you see what I'm talking about, the brown spots? These brown aging spots you see? Well, This is a LifeVantage distributor after 60 days using the anti-aging cream 2 times a day on this hand, but didn't use it on that hand. He was requested by, I think it was Dr. Stone, to just treat one hand so they could take a before and after picture. This is before, this is after. Okay, notice the dark spots all over the top of the hand. Notice all the dark spots are gone on the top of this hand. Okay, so that's the one product in 2 forms. Absolutely a tremendous product. I have myself a basal cell carcinoma on my upper lip. I haven't had it removed because they don't metastasize. I started using that about a month ago. It's almost totally disappeared. I cannot believe it myself. And I miss some days. I don't do that twice a day. I do it once a day. But I miss some days. So I'm not a good patient, and that is news to me. But anyhow, when the economy is good, network marketing is good. When the economy is down, like it is now, network marketing is phenomenal. It's phenomenal. Because the way you can do this, you can help your body and yourself and your health and the way you feel. I have 3 times the exercise tolerance, and I have 3 times the energy. I sleep REM sleep all night. My wife sleeps so well that I have to catch her sneaking off the bed every night so she can sleep all night in REM sleep. It's the most restful sleep you can get. It doesn't put you to sleep. It allows you to sleep in REM sleep. So that's what it's done to me. I had the joint swelling and pain and redness. I had some arthritis, and the only joint in my body was my thumb. And in 3 days it was gone, and the swelling was down, and the redness was gone. I've had many people get quick results from joint problems. Now, here's the facts on multi-level marketing. I just don't know how many of them these are interesting, but in 1990, 50% of direct selling companies used the MLM plan. 2006, 83% of direct selling companies used the MLM plan. Next 10 years, more growth than previous 50 years. 49 million people are now involved in multi-level marketing globally. 475,000 people join each week globally. Oops, I went 175,000 down at the bottom of the slide. People join this each week in the U.S. 175,000 join it. Why? Because you can enter it with a minimum of investment. I tell people I sell personal franchises. For a small investment, they can invest in their own business through my company at a minimum of capital outlay, and the sky's the limit. How much income depends on how hard you work, because this is very easy to distribute. It's 1 pill a day, keeps the doctor away. And that's all there is to it. It doesn't make any difference what you got. 1 pill a day is all you need. You see, when you have something this effective, which is totally harmless, we give it to children, totally harmless, and it works this effective, it's a no-brainer. There's no drug interactions, there's no contraindications, and everybody can take it, and it's been proven by 30 labs to lower your oxidative stress to that of a 20-year-old. Now, some of you may be older than 20. It still lowers it to the level of a 20-year-old. And you watch that ABC health report, and you'll see what it did to that company that came in to do a filming about this product. According to Harvard Business Review, the first 135,000 distributors to join a network marketing company with predictable success participate in a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I have a friend of mine, went in to see her cardiologist, And before she left, he said, by the way, here's a bottle I want you to take. It'll help you. It was a bottle random. I had another one up in Iowa that said the same thing. This works, and doctors realize it. And what attracts doctors to this is the fact there's 29 medical schools doing research on it. Now, when I was a medical student, all the nutrition education I got consisted of a 15-minute talk my senior year making fun of nutrition, supplements, and vitamins. I recently spoke at a doctor's meeting back in New Jersey, and there a young lady held up her hand. She was 30. I call her young compared to me. She held up her hand and said, Doc, the only difference between your education and mine, I graduated 8 years ago, and in my senior year I got an hour's teaching on nutrition, which was making fun of it. So she had an hour of making fun of nutrition in her school, and I had 15 minutes. So I guess they hadn't really felt that nutrition was the threat it is now. Anyhow, the first 135,000 distributors generate 80,000 of the sales and receive 80% of the commissions paid for in the life of the company. Now, this company has been in personal financing or multi-level marketing since 1 January 2010. So this is new, and this is at prime time, folks. Here's the S-curve, the Harvard Business School on multi-level marketing. All of them go up here. If they don't change either their product or the way they're marketing it, it starts to level off. We're here, right here. This is the prime time that you need to get into this. You have no fear. It's harmless. It works on all mammals. Oh, by the way, it works on pets. Excellent on pets. Dogs, cats. I haven't given it to a bird yet, but on dogs and cats it works like a dream. So it's that time. If you want an opportunity like what you haven't seen, it's like being in Microsoft in 1974. Critical mass starts up right now. The momentum, 80% of your growth happens here. Okay? And here's where the company is, right here. This is where LifeVantage is on this business model. Just getting ready for the elevation. And we're having many people come in to this. It's very easy. Approximately 30,000 distributors. Remember what I said, 135,000? You've reached about the top of any income you're going to get. In 4 countries, approximately 30,000 distributors worldwide. We're in Japan, Mexico, the U.S., and in pre-launch in Australia, and we're just starting to bring people in Canada. We can only bring them in as preferred customers in Canada at this time. Company is a 6-year-old publicly traded company. CEO is a Mr. David Brown. Transition from retail sales to direct sales. Record-setting corporate team runs this company. Secured several million in capital before they even launched their network marketing platform. Trends: the next trillion-dollar industry by Robert Kiyosaki is wellness. And here's the ultimate in wellness. Inside and outside. You take the pill for wellness inside, the cream for wellness outside, and believe it, it works. There's no grease to it. It goes immediately into your body. Strongest economic demographic is the baby boomers. They control more than 2/3 of every dollar spent in the U.S. 2/3. Concerned about health issue, anti-aging, and want to look young and feel healthy. This is made for them. Look young, rub it on, feel healthy, swallow it. Not the same product for them, but the cream on the outside, the pill on the inside. They're anxious about retirement and their financial future. This is made for them. All 3 needs right here. Anti-aging, looking, feeling healthy, and financially solid. Entrepreneur magazine puts home-based business and health wellness in the top of 10 trends for 2010. There's the picture of the cover. Old saying, you've heard it before. Now is the time. Carpe diem. Seize the day. This opportunity won't stick around forever because it's growing rapidly. We're gaining about 241%. And in German admonition, das Eisen schmieden, solange es heißet. Strike while the iron is hot. Folks, the iron has never been hotter. Now, thank you for listening and participation in this 45-minute presentation. Please get with the person that directed you to this presentation. Make a decision to change the way your body fights free radicals and oxidative stress, the main cause of aging. And if you're looking for a solution to your financial stress, we want to help you with that also. Now, if you just happened onto this, you can always call me, and I gave you my phone number. And I can share with you how you go from here. And Dr. David is involved with this. And my number, again, is area code 816-392-6498. That's my cell phone. I have it with me all the time. And so, David, are we ready for some questions? David? I don't know what happened to David.
I'm here. I was muted, and I started talking, and I didn't know I hadn't unmuted myself. So I'm here. Yes, we are ready for questions. Thank you so much, Doc. Great information.
Okay.
Great information. Folks, yes, indeed. As you all know, this is our goal, to present information that is helpful. And I remember at church, we had this 85-year-old woman who was, I couldn't believe this, Doc. She was on 20 different medications, 20,
yeah.
including treatment for congestive cardiac failure. By the way, folks, type in your questions because we will be taking them very soon. I just want to say this really quickly. 20 different medications. I mean, they would have to stop and pray for her sometimes because she was so bad. And I had a couple of extra bottles myself, so I said, well, listen, you got to help this lady. So I just made a commitment to be providing her with one every month. And I think it was yesterday's Monday, so yesterday she came up to me and hugged me and just wouldn't let go. She just held on to me so tightly, saying how grateful she was, and now she feels so much better, less pain, and less this and less that. Remember, folks, 85 years old, 20 different medications. And I honestly did not think this would make a difference. Doc, I honestly did not think it would. Can you hear me? All right. Doc, can you hear me? Hello? Okay. Hello, Doc. An upper limit.
An upper limit in what way, David?
I guess he means how many times can you use it? I mean how much can you use a day? I know we can
only need. Listen, folks, it's one pill a day keeps the doctor away. Dr. Joe McCord, who developed Protandim, says it's very hard for him to find an excuse where you would need more. One pill once a day, you're on your way. Okay? You take it with food, I prefer you take it in the morning with a little water, but you have to take food with it. It works quicker, and you'll get results quicker than any supplement you've ever seen. Okay?
Okay, but obviously some people will be concerned that some people may be in a very dire situation, you know,
Yeah.
and they
Okay.
and they may.
In a dire situation, I would give it to them, a person, for 1 week, once a day, to get all of the build-up free radicals out of their system, regardless of what they've been taking. And then I'd give them 2 a day, 1 in the morning, 1 in the evening, for 2 weeks, and then back to 1 a day. And if he's worried about toxicity, no. You could take as much as you want to. It is not toxic. It will not hurt you. I had a fellow call me in an emergency. I asked him what the emergency was, and he said, well, his dog was sitting by him, and he spilled 3 tablets on the floor, and before he could pick them up, the dog lapped them up and swallowed them. Will these 3 tablets hurt my dog? I said, no, but, you know, he may become a super dog for a while with energy. I had a lady, David, that had a dog that was whimper and whine every time she'd walk, and with pain in the hips, evidently. Took it to the vet. He said she had advanced sclerosis of her hips from arthritis, and the only humane thing to do was put her down. And so she didn't want to do that. She took it home, and finally, in desperation, the dog was whining. She opened his mouth and threw a Protandim tablet in. In less than 2 weeks, 1 tablet a day, she looked up one morning and the dog was chasing birds in the backyard. Never whined or had any pain. This stuff works on all ALL mammals.
Wow.
You don't need a sample. It always works on every human. Now, if you're not human or a mammal, if you're part reptile, I'm a little scared on talking to you much up front and personal. But it is totally safe, and it is proven by 30 separate labs. It works on all humans and all mammals, period. It's in your cells.
And I just wanted to mention this here. People are asking for samples. Let me just correct that, folks. Dr. Marvin is not a salesperson. We don't hold salespeople on this presentation, so we need to correct that once and for all. He has presented good science, and I think you should make up your mind whether this works or not. And then go ahead and purchase maybe a bottle or something if you want to go ahead and do that. But asking for samples really kind of belittles what we're doing here. So get with Dr. Marvin if you do want to give this a try. All right, and of course, I understand there's a 100% money back guarantee, right, Doc?
I don't think you need it, but
okay.
Probably there is. I don't know.
They usually do anyway.
I've never seen anybody that had problems that took it right, did what they're supposed to. It's very simple. You open the bottle, set the lid down, take a pill out, put it in your mouth, take a little bit of food, put that in your mouth, take some water, swallow it, put the lid back on the bottle. That's all the product training you need to know.
Someone wants to know, okay, where can we view the comp plan? Marge wants to know that. What do you say to that, Doc?
You call me, and I will email it to you.
Okay, good. Call or email Dr. Marvin.
Yes. My email is DocSnarf, and that word snarf is spelled S-N-A-R-F, Susan, Nancy, Abel, Rebecca, Frank, DocSnarf at gmail.com.
DocSnarf@gmail.com. And be sure to mention that
call me.
Be sure when you call or email him, be sure to mention that you heard about it through the webinars. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Someone wanted me to finish my story. There are lots of questions coming in, but I'll just say this: that she hugged me so much, so tightly. And then next thing she was calling me a miracle worker. I'm like, I had nothing to do with it.
Was it?
Huh?
That's how it works, folks, and it works quick, didn't it, David?
It did. It absolutely did. She felt stronger, less pain, less fatigue. And this is, you would think that when you get to be 85, 90, nothing works for you anymore. You're just going to gradually deteriorate and die. But apparently, the body is amazing. The body recovers. Give the body the right things, and the body recovers. So that was just an interesting story.
And age is not a limit.
Absolutely not.
Age is not a limit on the effects of Protandim. No. You still got all the cells you did when you were born.
That's great.
Okay? Any more questions?
Oh, there are lots. What is the patent number for the fourth patent? I couldn't copy fast enough from your slide. Well, Pat, contact Dr. Marvin for that. If you can find that. Okay, that's a good question. I know with electrical nerve cell problems, obviously they are more difficult to treat. And someone's asking, and is there an experience with Bell's palsy?
I have one or two people taking it, and I don't know the results because I've just got them started. But it does have absolutely rapid effects on neurological connotations. Absolutely. I could tell you all kinds of stories. And if you have any reason to ask me that, call me. Okay, I'm going to get, there's the fourth patent. And I'm going to lessen this. Now, there's the fourth patent. Okay, go ahead, David.
Okay, can you give someone wants you to go back to your first slide, where you give your information about yourself. So when you're done with this one, go back to the first or second slide so they can see that.
Okay.
All right, can you, you gave website links. Could you give them again?
Oh, website links, I think. Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Boy, I've got to find where those are.
Does Protandim have a shelf life?
I'm working on it. No, it doesn't have any time. Here's one of them down here, www.abchealthreport.com. I'll leave that up there. Okay? And the other one, you know, is what we were talking about. But this is the one that will give you a video. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, and
it's still a couple more questions.
I'll leave that up for a little. Okay, go ahead, David. I'm going to go to my CV.
Okay.
Okay, I'll get back to my CV.
All right, Doc, can you hear me well?
Yeah, I have.
Okay.
Can hear you well.
Okay, good. There's a doctor on who says, I have a 14-month-old and he has asthma. Can he take it? If so, how?
Okay, let me get this. There's my biography. Okay, yes, a 14-month-old. Well, what you need to do is at bedtime have a little water and dissolve the pill in it. And for a 14-month, I'd probably cut the pill in half. There's no real dose relationship, but I don't think you need to get that much water down the baby. So I would cut it in half, put it in some water, not too much water, but enough, and then put it in something in the morning, like his milk or his water or whatever. And just do that once a day. It's very effective in asthma patients. In adults, once you start them and they get the results from their asthma, it's my experience, they'll fight you before they let you have their bottle of Protandim. They don't want to ever stop it.
Interesting. Even kids, huh?
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
Even kids.
All right. Any studies on mental health and depression?
Yes. Many studies on depression.
Okay.
And that's part of the process that we have. Now, for those who want to know more detail, write this down. I'm on a nationwide teleconference every Tuesday night at 8 o'clock Central Time. 8 o'clock Central Time. The dial-in is 712-432-0885. Again, the dial-in number for my teleconference is 712-432-0885. We answer questions there. Now, after you put that number in, the access code is 845472#. 845472#. That's the teleconference I do at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time every Tuesday night. Okay?
Okay.
Go on, David.
All right. Okay. Any studies in atrial fibrillation?
I haven't read any, but they're probably in that Ohio State study. It's quite lengthy. And if you want to go to the big blue calendar and look down, you'll see the Ohio State blood vessel heart study. That's where I'd go. www.bigbluecalendar.com. And if you miss any of these things, just email me, you know, at docsnarf@gmail.com. But I would go to the Ohio State studies on heart and vascular that they did, and they've already published their research.
Excellent.
The patents are wonderful. The patents are one of the greatest things, but they're about 54 pages to 58 pages. I've got all 4 of them in a notebook, and they're lovely to read. Everybody might not think they're lovely because there's quite a bit of science in them, but there's always a synopsis. All medical school research usually has a synopsis, the start of the research report, and that is what you can read because it's in layman's terms, most of it. Okay?
Perfect.
Or you can call me. Yeah, I got my phone number, 816-392-6498, and if you have a hard time finding it, just call me.
And don't forget to mention that you heard about it on Building Strength webinars, so he knows where you heard about it from.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, what?
Yeah, David.
Go ahead.
No, I said David is very adamant about that, and I always ask people that call me the next 2 or 3 days after I do one of these to make sure that they heard it on Building Strength webinars. Okay?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, it also helps us to keep on doing what we're doing. I mean, the fact that these webinar presentations are free, folks, but they're not cheap. They cost a lot in terms of labor and expense and software. And I'm certainly not complaining, but also want to just make sure that credit is given to where it needs to be given to as well, if you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah. I always check.
Thank you, Doc.
Okay.
I appreciate
Question?
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Appreciate that. Okay. Experience studies on diabetes type 1.
There's less on type 1 than there's a myriad of studies on type 2. Many, many studies on type 2. But type 1, and I've got, I think, 3 people on type 1. Some are teenagers or younger, 8, 9, 10, 12, that age group. And I haven't got any results yet for them. And if you're interested, come into my call because there's people there that have given this longer than I have to people. So we always ask, if you come on that call and ask any experience on type 1 diabetes, then we'll ask, and whoever's on there, and they're coast to coast. We have representatives from about every state. We have 2 or 3 from New York and all over the United States. So that is a place to ask that question because you'll get more than just my experience.
Right, right. And if I may say this, I mean, this may not regenerate pancreatic cells, although the body does have some certain degree of regenerative power. But when it comes to diabetes, I mean, a lot of diabetics have certainly more inflammation, certainly more free radical damage. They're more prone to infection and all that. If you can help the body work better, those other complications of diabetes could be minimized because your body is more able to take care of stuff as they arise, infections, inflation, free radical damage. And I think that's what Protandim does. So we're not necessarily talking about a miracle where you don't need insulin anymore, but we're talking about a better quality of life in addition, so that even though you still have to take insulin, you may have to take less amounts, and then you will also have fewer side effects or fewer complications that most diabetics have to deal with.
Absolutely. It's wonderful for the complications of diabetes. And to reiterate what David's experience was with the lady that was having so much pain, when you start giving this to older people that have joint pain and can hardly get around, you get ready for lots of hugging, because it's going to help them. It's going to help them, believe you me. I've done it to many, many people, and they just, some of them have tears in their eyes, and they say, I've never had something like this make me feel this way so quick. So you see, the key to the quickness, the key to that quickness response is 100 trillion cells all being stimulated in their enzymatic pathways to produce glutathione, catalase production, and the SOD. Every one of your cells is a manufacturing plant that's been stimulated. The glutathione, 300%, the catalase, 54%, the SOD, superoxide dismutase, 36%. Can't beat that.
Yeah, amazing.
Okay, next question.
Folks, we also try to minimize saying, does this work for a certain disease, does this work for that, as much as possible, unless, of course, there are studies that are FDA-backed. And obviously, that's for obvious reasons, Doc. I know we're trying to walk a tight line, because I keep seeing questions saying, does this work for this? Does this work for this? Does this work for that? I mean, how do we get around those questions, Doc?
Have them call me.
Okay. All right. So, Deb, you heard that.
Have them call me.
Call Dr. Marvin about your question on fibromyalgia. So, Doc, someone wants the number again, please. Joyce wants the number again. So go ahead and say it out.
816-392-6498. 816-392-6498. Now, I also have a phone number at home. That's my cell phone. I prefer the cell phone because I always have it with me. But my home phone number, in case I'm busy and my wife has to answer, is area code 913-681-9797. Again, 913-681-9797. And you also, you can call either one of those numbers anytime. Well, I got one call at 3 a.m. because I was in Hawaii, and the guy didn't know I was in Hawaii, and he was in Oklahoma. He called me at 3 a.m., which I was a little bit groggy answering the phone because I was in REM sleep. Thanks for tandem. Any more questions?
How does this work with the cardiovascular system?
That's all well explained in the Ohio State University study that was done. It works well. It lowers cholesterol, it lowers blood pressure, but it never lowers the blood pressure more than normal. It's because you go back to the physiological function by removal of free radicals and oxidative stress. It works wonderful in cardiovascular physiology.
Fantastic. And folks, I just want to quickly chime in here that Dr. Marvin has done several other presentations for us, and these are all available on our website. We are actually doing a promotion which is ending tonight at 12 midnight. Videos, access to our 300 plus videos. It used to be $20 a month. If you get in if you purchase it by midnight, you just pay $20 for the entire year. $20 versus $240. So if you want to take advantage of that, go ahead.
That's a pretty good saving.
It's a heck of a deal, Doc.
Even a doctor understands that kind of mathematics.
That's over 90%. I can tell you that, right? That's a heck of a deal. So take advantage of it. Again, Dr. Marvin has done several other presentations. If you enjoyed him tonight, you will enjoy the others as well. Okay. Will heat? Good question. Will heat hurt protandem? Like if it is in a hot mailbox for a while?
No.
Okay.
No, it will not.
So this thing is indestructible, huh, Doc?
And it makes me indestructible.
All right. Price-wise, someone wants to know how much is a bottle. She was late.
Oh, get ready. Get ready for the big price. It's $40 for a bottle. $40 for a bottle. That lasts 1 month.
That is amazing. That's just amazing.
Can you believe that?
That's just
You
amazing.
can never argue about the cost of Protandim. If you sign up and get it on auto order, it's $40 a bottle for as many bottles as you want to purchase. And that's all there is to it. There's 30 tablets in every bottle. And you open your mouth, put it in your mouth, take some food, take some water, swallow, put the lid back on the bottle. That's all there is to it. Can you compete with that? With the results you'll see, no, you cannot compete with it.
It's really hard to do that. I mean, like you know, Doc, I've been doing this now for going on 4 years. And you've been on many of our presentations as well. I mean, we've had lots of great products come and go and talked about, and the science and all that. But I mean, this is amazing.
There's no product available that has more medical validation than Protandim. I'll make this statement. There's no drug in your drugstore that's had the amount of research on it that's going on for this. 29 medical schools, no. There's no drug that's had that much.
Wow. Amazing.
So it's had more validation than any prescription item. Okay, I'm having a ball with it. I'm having a ball because people get results quick, and it's not expensive. They don't have to mortgage the farm to buy it. $40 a month. And, you know, you waste that much money.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Every month.
I'm sure coffee alone takes that amount every month. Okay.
Yes, that's right.
Okay, Harold has a great question. Why does Protandim not have side effects or reactions in such a complex environment like the body's?
Why it doesn't have side effects?
Or reactions, yeah. Why? Yeah, something like that.
Because it relieves the body of the oxidative stress load that's on it, and that's all positive. That's what makes you age. There's nothing it complicates. It relieves, and this is the only product that does it in an indirect antioxidant manner. And if you want to get scientific, it's an NRF2 activator. That's those 3 enzymatic pathways, and this is it. There's none other in existence that activates those 3 enzymatic pathways. And all it does is relieve the body. It's like if you took a 100-pound weight off of your back, would that have any complication? Well, if you caused you to break out in a run and you hit a wall, yeah. But it's because you're getting rid of a load off your back of oxidative stress. That's why it has no complications. Okay?
Wow. That's great.
It's all positive. It's all positive. All the stuff it gets rid of, you need to be rid of anyhow.
Okay, Marge wants to know, David, could you repeat the offer for $20? Okay, well, basically all I said was this. You could have access to all of these presentations, videos and all that, close to 300 of them, for $20 for the entire year. So if you want to take advantage of that, you need to do that before 12 midnight. Simply go to our website, buildingstrengthwebinars.com, and sign up to become a member, and that's where the price is going to be. Besides that, we will send all of you a link to watch tonight's presentation, tonight's excellent presentation. And the questions, too, are great. So I think the questions add to the value of the presentation. Don't you think, Doc?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So you're going to have all that, and then we'll let you know about the deal, too. Okay, is there going to be a replay? Okay, I have just answered that question. So, yes, we will send you a replay. You can send it out to anyone else you want to send it out to. Since this, Deb wants to know. Deb has been asking a lot of questions. Since this is an antioxidant, is weight loss a common benefit?
Yes, it is. I never mentioned that, but it is. For example, I put my financial advisor on it and didn't tell him he may lose weight. Well, he was very perturbed because he hadn't been able to lose weight. He called me in about 3 weeks, and he said, Doc, I've lost 24 pounds.
No way.
Does this stuff? Yeah, he said, does this stuff make you lose weight? I said, no, it doesn't. What it does, it gives you more energy. You move around. You don't sit and eat as long because you feel better.
Right.
And you don't have to have that satiety satisfied your hunger by overeating. You eat less, you exercise more, or you move your body more because of the energy. Therefore, you lose weight. It's the only safe way to lose weight, believe me. You don't want to take anything in the morning, all kinds of mixtures, all kinds of special food that will make you lose weight, because nobody stays on that. The only way to lose weight is physiologically. And this is a pure physiological way to lose weight. Pure. Okay?
Doc, someone wants to know, are you going to have a presentation next Monday at this time? Webinar.
Well, only if David gets out his whip and makes me do it.
Well, Doc, one of the things that I've been trying to get to you to do also are those short videos. We need to take all those studies you've been going through. We need to have you kind of like just sit down 2 minutes, and I can work with you on this. 2 minutes, talk about Protandim and diabetes. 2 minutes, talk about Protandim and heart health. Just give us the snippets, and then we're going to put them all on a special part of our website devoted to you, Doc, and then you can direct people to that and all that. Okay. Someone says,
go
ahead.
I don't have it planned for me to do one next Monday, but I will be doing one in the future. I do my call every Tuesday, and so.
Well, Doctor.
Your
slides disappeared, huh?
Yeah.
Dr. Marvin, I'm going to tell on you right now. Because things we were getting a little frustrated with the with the technical problems, that Dr. Marvin literally threatened me he wasn't going to do a presentation anymore.
I don't think I said I wouldn't do it anymore. I will.
Now you have to do a presentation every single week to make up for that. All right, James.
I'll have to. Go ahead.
James, I've just typed in the website address. I've put it in so everybody can see it. Okay, so it's buildingstrengthwebinars.com. buildingstrengthwebinars.com. Simply look in the panel. It's right there for you folks. Okay, any more questions? Have we answered your questions to your satisfaction?
Did they get all the information off my slides? My CV and, the fourth patent and whatever else they wanted.
Right. Folks.
The abchealthreport.com, that was the other thing.
Yeah, that's an excellent video, too. That's an excellent video. www.abchealthreport. Yeah, I've sent that to a couple of people, and it's just impressive. When you have an independent news station like ABC do a special report on a specific product, not just a specific nutrient, but a specific product, and comes out with glowing validation, that says a lot.
Yeah, and we use it a lot because people can relate to it. But remember, the statement, if you take 1 pill a day of Protandim for 30 days, it will drop your rate of aging 40 to 45% down to the level of a 20-year-old or younger. Now, on that ABC Health Report, the man interviewing Dr. McCord only took it for 15 days, and his oxidative stress dropped in his rate of aging to that of a newborn. If you watch that abchealthreport.com very carefully, you will see that. So that's important. Get all the facts. Okay?
Excellent, excellent. Well, I think we have a few thank yous. Marge from Oz, I guess Oz would be Australia. Marge Byron is saying, thanks for your time. I'm in. Cheers from Oz. Deb Edmonds says, thank you to you both for great information. Okay, okay, great. All right, well, thanks, folks. Thank you for joining us. Remember, we'll send you the recording after this, too, as well. So it's all good. Send us emails if you have any questions. God bless. Dr. Marvin, any closing words?
God bless you all, and happy reduction for your aging. Happy health to everybody, because this works.
Amen to that.
Okay? Okay. God bless. We'll see you later.
All righty. Good night, everyone.
Come tomorrow night. Get on the call tomorrow night.
Absolutely. Good night, both folks.